What a special couple of days for the boys, progressing through to the Champions League knockout rounds and then signing back a fan favourite player in Jota. Things couldn't be more on the up. However, that's not how Kris Boyd views it, as yet again he has shown his bitter side. We will discuss this in today's video, whilst going over all the latest Celtic news from the last 24 hours. But first, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Aston Villa winger Louis Barry has consistently been linked with a move to Celtic this month, with an update provided in recent hours regarding a potential move to Paradise. Barry, who is said to be monitored by clubs in England and France, with Sunderland, Sheffield Wednesday, and RC Lens linked with the former Barcelona winger, who spent a year at La Masia from 2019 until 2020 before joining Aston Villa. In the years since, the Englishman has spent time on loan at Ipswich Town, Swindon Town, Milton Keynes Dons, Salford City and Stockport County, returning to Villa this month after netting 15 goals in 23 league games this season for Stockport in League One. With Sky Sports' Anthony Joseph providing details on where a potential transfer to Celtic stands, the Hoops have reportedly already made a bid in the region of £5 million plus add-ons recently. A Jota return to Celtic would make a move for Barry appear highly unlikely, as where the English winger would fit in the Celtic team alongside the Portuguese sensation is up for debate. With Luis Palma reportedly set to leave this month, it looks like it could be Jota in and Palma out, meaning a move for Barry may not go through before the end of the month. It would seriously strengthen Celtic's squad depth if they were to sign Barry, but with such strong competition in the team, he may find his game time limited. With Villa themselves unsure over what to do with him, it appears that negotiations will continue between the Hoops and the Villains ahead of next week's Champions League match at Villa Park. Now for the main story, as former Rangers striker Kris Boyd and Ibrox cheerleader has reacted to Jota's potential return to Celtic. As the Portuguese winger appears set to rejoin the Hoops, it's a move that represents a shift in direction in the transfer market. With Champions League knockout football secured, Celtic are looking to push on with new signings to strengthen not only the squad, but also the starting 11. Although Kyogo is set to move in the opposite direction, Celtic will be stronger out wide, an area where they have been pushing for greater competition. With Jota set to battle it out with the likes of Nicolas Kuhn, Dyson Maeda and James Forrest for a starting spot, the competition is heating up. During his time in Glasgow, Jota was a fan favourite, and with Kieran Tierney also likely to return to Celtic, the prospect of having several former favourites back in the same team is a dream come true for Hoops supporters. However, the departure of Kyogo will bring May people back down to earth. However, the thought of Jota returning to face Rangers is one that Boyd cannot entertain without shuddering, given the torrid time the Wren's winger previously gave the Ibrox side. When asked by Sky Sports news host Mike Wedderburn, with the news about Jota moving back to Celtic, has that ruined your night already? Boyd said, Sky Sports, no, it's definitely the opposite. Listen, he was a fantastic player, there is no doubt about that. To get the move, the money Celtic earned £8 million from what they sold him for. There is a huge gap in there. I'm sure he will want to come back and prove a point. For Boyd, he is witnessing Celtic moving in the right direction, looking to strengthen the squad, whereas Rangers remain static due to financial constraints. With the Hoops focused on making the most of their time in the Champions League this season, you can't rule out Celtic having a few familiar faces in the team for the knockout stages next month, including the likes of Kieran Tierney and Jota. In other news, young boys goalkeeper Marvin Keller has arrogantly responded to questions about his save from Arne Engel's missed penalty Wednesday night at Celtic Park. Keller was awarded man of the match on Wednesday by UEFA post-match. However, his performance wasn't enough to stop a Celtic win, with his teammate Loris Benito ultimately putting the ball into an empty net after Keller had saved an Adam Ida strike in the 86th minute. The 22-year-old did impress in goal, however, whether that was more down to Celtic being slightly wasteful in the final third is up for debate. Celtic did have a number of goals ruled out for offside, with Kyogo's timing of his runs slightly early. Keller was certainly tested, with the Hoops dominating for the majority of the first half in what was a positive start to the game, though lacking clinical finishing in the final third. However, Keller did have one huge moment in the game in the 41st minute when Arne Engels stepped up to take a penalty after a foul on Greg Taylor in the box. The Belgian midfielder, who is renowned for his composed penalties, was unable to convert this time, with his stop-start run-up helping the Swiss goalkeeper decide what side to dive. Keller said, "We had done our analysis of their penalty taker with the goalkeeping coach, so I knew where he was going to put the ball before he took the penalty." For a 22-year-old, Keller certainly doesn't lack confidence, and that was clear to see with how he dealt with the occasion at Celtic Park. However, the lesson is clearly there for Engels to learn from. Don't be as predictable from the spot. He does often strike right into the bottom corner or high into the net, but last night it was a tame penalty, and given his reaction to the miss, it was clear to see that he will learn from this. Engels himself is just 21 years old and already taking penalties for the Hoops, which shows the confidence and proven ability he has at such an early age. With such a hefty price tag, he doesn't shy away from taking set pieces or getting on the ball, which is exactly what supporters like to see from Celtic's club record signing. In more Kris Boyd news, the former Rangers striker, who has since turned Sky Sports pundit, has commented on Kyogo's impending move to Rennes in League One, with the Ibrox cheerleader sending a warning to Celtic supporters. Boyd often likes to criticise Celtic, whether it be refereeing decisions in favour of the Hoops or commenting on what Brendan Rodgers says in interviews. He has discussed how he feels that a profit made on the Japanese striker, who recently turned 30, may not be as positive as some see it. Kyogo will be missed by Celtic supporters when he leaves, as since joining in 2021 under Ange Postecoglou, he has proven a revelation, winning 3 league titles, 2 Scottish Cups and 3 Scottish League Cups in that time. His big goals in big games against Rangers have seen him heralded by some as the best Celtic striker since Henrik Larsson, which shows the high regard he has been held in during his time in Glasgow. With Boyd himself a huge fan, he discussed what the move means for Celtic for the rest of the season and Kyogo's career. With the Japanese striker recently celebrating his birthday, Boyd believes his age will have played a part in the move to League One. Boyd said, "The one for me, and I think it would worry the Celtic fans, would be Kyogo leaving. He has been the difference in a lot of games this season, scoring big goals. I get the fact that he's probably getting to the stage of his career where he wants to have that one big last move. For them to get £10 million is good business, but goal scorers are hard to come by, and Kyogo definitely falls into that category." Kyogo won't be replaced like for like, but with Matthias Kvistgaarden reportedly lined up as a replacement if the Japanese striker were to leave, replacing a 30-year-old with a 22-year-old shows a long-term plan. Despite being 8 years Kyogo's junior, Kvistgaarden is by no means unproven, with 18 goals and 11 assists in 39 games over the last 2 seasons in Denmark. He has shown why the Hoops are interested in a move. For Kyogo, his Celtic legacy was already set ahead of this season, having secured the Premier Sports Cup Champions League knockout playoff qualification, and with the Hoops 13 points clear at the top of the Scottish Premiership. In his last 6 months in Glasgow, he continued to contribute hugely with 12 goals in 32 games. Lastly, Celtic winger Nicolas Kuhn received a special tribute Wednesday night after playing his part in the Hoops' 1-0 win over Young Boys at Celtic Park, securing a place in the Champions League knockout playoffs. Kuhn, who has been not only Celtic's standout player, but also the best player in the country after a lacklustre first 6 months at the Hoops, has proven to be a match winner week in, week out since the beginning of this season. Even just over a week ago, on his return from injury against Dundee, he was able to come off the bench late in the game and win Celtic a 90-plus third-minute penalty to finish the game 3-3. Kuhn is a very left-footed right winger, and while everyone knows what he's going to do when he gets the ball, opposition teams simply cannot stop him from cutting inside. Not only does he score goals, but he also plays line-splitting passes to teammates. Kuhn has become a fan favourite over the last couple of months, and you can't blame Celtic supporters. He has shown a level that not many have reached at Paradise with his brace against RB Leipzig in November at Celtic Park in the Champions League, as impressive as anything anyone has seen from the Hoops this season. Kuhn's parents and girlfriend were serenaded at Grace's Irish Sports Bar in Glasgow city centre Wednesday night post-match, with the German winger likely to have been shown videos of the moment and told in detail about the positive reception they received from Celtic supporters who appreciated what he has done for the Hoops so far this season. After enduring a tough first 6 months in Glasgow due to serious dental issues and weight loss from being unable to eat properly because of the pain, Kuhn has shown, when fully fit, exactly why Celtic paid Rapid Vienna a reported £3 million this time last year. That fee now looks set to be a serious bargain after initial doubts over his effectiveness. If Kuhn can maintain his current form, he appears set to seal not only Celtic's Player of the Year, but also Scottish football's Player of the Year at the end of the season. Celtic fans, what are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let us know down in the comment section below. That does bring us to the end of today's video. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Celtic content. Thank you.